I've never been able to explain what happened to me that night, but every winter, when the cold wind howls and the snow blankets the roads, I can still hear the whispers. If I had known what lay ahead, I would have never taken that road. But I did, and I barely made it out alive. This happened 3 years ago during the peak of winter. I was driving home from my parents' cabin in the mountains, a journey that should have taken no more than 2 hours. It was already late, the roads were deserted, and the snowstorm had turned everything into a white abyss. I was confident I could make it until I saw the detour sign. The main highway was blocked due to an accident, and the only alternative was an old, winding backroad through the woods. I hesitated, but the thought of spending the night in my car with the freezing temperatures wasn't an option. I turned onto the deserted road, my tires crunching against the fresh snow, the dense trees towering on both sides like silent watchers. About 15 minutes in, the radio signal cut out, leaving me in eerie silence. The snow fell heavier, reducing visibility to almost nothing. That's when I saw it, a figure standing in the middle of the road. I slammed the brakes, my heart hammering against my chest. My headlights illuminated a woman, barefoot, wearing a thin white dress, her long black hair damp from the snow. She didn't shiver. She just stood there, staring at me with lifeless eyes. I rolled down my window slightly, hesitant. "Ma'am, do you need help?" I asked, my voice unsteady. She didn't respond. Instead, she slowly lifted her hand and pointed down the road, towards the darkness ahead. A chill ran through me, not from the cold, but from something deeper, something primal. My gut told me to turn around, but as I glanced at my rearview mirror, I saw nothing but a wall of snow behind me. Going back wasn't an option. Taking a deep breath, I drove forward, my tires skidding slightly on the icy road. I glanced back at the woman, but she was gone. That's when the whispers began. Faint at first, like the wind sneaking through a crack in the window. Then, clearer. Words I couldn't understand, murmured voices coming from all around me. Panic clawed at my chest. My headlights flickered, and the car engine sputtered. The temperature inside dropped drastically, my breath visible in the freezing air. Then, from the corner of my eye, I saw movement, a shadow darting through the trees. My fingers tightened around the wheel, and I pressed the gas pedal hard, desperate to escape. That's when I saw her again, standing in the middle of the road, closer this time. Her mouth moved, whispering something inaudible. My car skidded as I swerved to avoid her. I felt the tires lose traction, the vehicle spinning out of control. The world flipped upside down as my car tumbled into a ditch, slamming into something hard. Everything went black for a moment. When I came to, the car was upside down, the windshield cracked. Blood trickled down my forehead, and my body ached. And then I heard it, slow footsteps crunching the snow. I turned my head, my breath hitching in my throat. She was standing outside my car, her face inches from the shattered glass. Her eyes, hollow and soulless, locked onto mine. "You shouldn't have come here," she whispered. And then, she vanished. I don't remember how I got out. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in a hospital bed. A passerby had found my wrecked car the next morning. But when the police investigated, they found no footprints, no signs of anyone else being there. I tried to rationalize it, convince myself it was a hallucination from the cold, the stress. But deep down, I know the truth. That road wasn't meant to be traveled. And she was trying to warn me. To this day, I refuse to drive through that area in winter. The whispers, the chilling cold, I still feel them even now. If you ever find yourself on a lonely road, with a storm closing in and a detour sign leading you somewhere unfamiliar, don't take it. If you've ever experienced something unexplainable, something that still haunts you, share your story in the comments. Who knows? Maybe we aren't as alone in the dark as we think.